The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It is a show that people hold dear to their hearts, that many people love and continue to love to this day in reruns on Netflix and other streaming services. But I, for one, have a true disdain for it, and I didn't know if I was going to speak on this because it seems kind of trivial, but on second thought, it isn't trivial, at least not to me anyway. So here's the reason why I cannot stand The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I have nothing against black people being on TV. If anything, I want them to be on TV more. The problem that I have with The Fresh Prince is that it is an extreme fairy tale. You have a story of a upper middle class black family. You have this individual who was living in the hood and got into some trouble and got sent off to live with his uncle and his aunt in this very posh neighborhood known as Bel-Air. And then you have the misadventures of this hood child in suburbia, getting used to the perks of suburbia and the life of suburbia and all these other great things. And the problem that I have with this series is that it's not reflective of reality. Not saying that everything that black people need to be in on TV or in movies needs to be hardcore and gritty and ghetto and gangster. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as a black male and as a black youth, I did not resonate with this show. Much like I didn't resonate with The Cosby Show. It just didn't hit home. Because the fact of the matter is that I'm looking at a screen of people that, even though they were black and are black, they did not represent me. The lead characters, for the most part, were all lighter-skinned black people. His aunt originally was a dark-skinned black woman, and she left after a few seasons. You had Tatiana Ali, and you had Carlton. But let's be honest, the darkest-skinned brother on the show was the butler. That didn't resonate with me. And if you look at the show, escaping your problems to go live in a suburban neighborhood with your rich aunt and uncle isn't every black kid's reality. The reality is that black people and minorities in general have to live in their circumstances. They have to learn how to adapt, how to survive. They don't get to run away to a posh mansion in Bel-Air. And that was a big problem for me with the show, and that's the main reason why it never resonated with me. So I have nothing but love for the cast. I'm glad they're able to go back and have a reunion and make their money, and they're going to reboot the series. And for what I understand, it's going to be a grittier take on a story line with the same title. But I mean, honestly, if we're going to be real about it, and as far as my life goes, I could sit you down and tell you a lot of stories about how this kid did not get a chance to escape reality when it came knocking at his door as a young black man. I had to learn how to deal with it and survive it and get through it. So I am no Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I am who I am. And again, I have no hate or disdain against the cast, even though Will Smith and I don't like the man at all, except for Bad Boys. Keep making those movies. I do enjoy Mike Lowry very, very much. But The Fresh Prince has never resonated with me. And I know that may sound strange as a black male saying that, but I don't think I'm alone in that. And again, much like The Cosby Show, I don't resonate with shows that make it seem as if black culture and black lives are all lofty. Because at the end of the day, these shows are being aired in white homes. And white people who have never been to the ghetto, have never been around black people, assume this is normal. That black people are supposed to be there once again to entertain. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is not a story about him going through his struggles and really living real life struggles. It's about Will Smith's character being a clown. That's what it is. And white people, unfortunately, are more comfortable with black people when we dance, when we shuck and jive, and when we make them laugh. And the lighter the better. And that's the thing that bothers me about that show. Is that unfortunately, it was a comedy that made white people laugh at the plight of this ghetto kid having to run from his problems to suburbia, and people found this funny. It's not funny. It's not funny that his mother thought that it was better for him to get out of the hood and fear for his life to send him away. That's not funny. Because the reality is that you have tons of black kids every day who live that situation that don't have that escape. And again, if white people can only take black people and digest black people and seeing them and having them in their homes and being around them, if the only way white people can deal with that is with you singing and dancing and making them laugh, then maybe you need to question the medium and question the motives and question why that is. Because to me, that's what that show represented. That show represented something that I wasn't about to do. I wasn't about to dance. I wasn't about to make you laugh. I was just really busy living my life and trying to get through it. And I was more concerned about being respected than anything else. That's my take on this. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time.